everybody. Welcome to Bring It in the House. I'm your host, Millie Mills. So excited to be here. Another great show, another great show. This guest tonight, guys, I've had the privilege to work with her down through the years when I was in the Memphis market. She is super talented. She's super smart, super pretty. She's my sorority sister. On air talent, a business Mongol. Let's give it up for Miss Tina Hilton.
Hi, Millie. Thank you for having me, Millie. No, the original Millie Mills. Thank you for having me. I still wonder why you even have me on this show. I promise you have so much more experience, expertise, qualifications. I'm like, and you want to talk to me? Okay.
Award-winning, entrepreneur, radio personality, actress. The list goes on with you, Tina. I'm just proud to know you. Seriously.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you know what? Acting, if I would have had my choice, I think I would have chosen acting out of all of those industry fields or whatever that you just named. Because when I was in elementary school, I used to love being on the stage and being in plays. And when I was, I got picked for some things and some things I did not get picked for. And I cried and cried. But God has his own way. God has his way. He has his path. And I believe that I am on that right path right now.
Yes, I think so.
I'm a little different.
Just a little different. And speaking of when you were in school and everything, where are you originally from? What school did you attend?
I am from here. I am a South Memphis native. SOUTHEL Parkway, right up.
Yes.
Seriously, I did. I lived off of South Parkway. I went to Alton Elementary. That's a South Memphis school. I went to Longview Middle School. That's a South Memphis school. And I also went to Southside and graduated from Southside High School. So shout outs to the Scrappers. Yay.
Shout out.
I know, class of 90 specifically.
Wow. And so after high school, you went off to college. What college was that?
Lambuth University. Girl, again, God and his plans, because that was not my plan. I really did not know where I was. You know what? Forget college. I didn't know what I was going to do, period. I didn't know where I was going to be. I think it was a month before graduating high school where I had to make a decision, and it was too late. Like the monies had already been dispersed for college students that, the scholarship funds and things of that nature. So I was like, I'll tell you what, then I'm just going to go into the military. Believe it or not. I know.
What?
I was going to go into the military, Millie, because I didn't know what to do with myself. But at the end of the day, this one little school came through for me with some funds. And that school is called Lambuth University in Jackson, Tennessee. And just so happened, my boyfriend went there too. So, that was kind of like a 1-2 punch. I'm like, sure, I'm going there. I didn't stay together long after that, but it was a great school, and I did graduate with my Bachelor's of Arts degree in Mass Communication, Radio and Television emphasis. So here I am, excited, working in my field, and you are too.
Yes, that's so wonderful because a lot of people, once they graduate, they don't get that opportunity to work, go into their field. So when I met you, Tina, I know we worked together at Hot 107 in Memphis, but prior to that, we worked a little bit together at WMC. Do you remember that?
Oh gosh,
I was at FM 100, and I think you were working in promotions or something down the hall for. Was it for FM 100 or was it WMC, the AM station? I know you were there.
Both, but I don't remember you. I worked in all three areas of, and forgive me, this. There we go. I think I got it. Oh, that little one. Sometimes you have one or two strings in your eye. Yeah. But when I first started with WMC, I worked in their television in national sales. I was their national sales assistant. So I worked in the television aspect of it. But then there was an opening for a radio assistant radio traffic assistant. So I ended up working both FM and AM for WMC. But I don't remember your face, and I don't remember you working there, Millie.
Yeah, I had this show called Memphis After Dark. I took that position after Carmen. It was a radio personality. Her name was Carmen. She ended up moving, I think, to Florida, taking on a big show in Florida. Yeah. And I was already working. At first, I would relieve her at 2 a.m. and I'd work from 2 to 5 or something like that. And
wow.
But then when she left, because she had the special show 10 to 2, then I moved up and took her place. And that's when I remember crossing you in the hallways, and you were so cute and little and so shy. And, you were like, hi.
I know.
And I never forgot your face. And then fast forward a few years later, here we are working together
at the same
Hot 107. Isn't that amazing?
Wow. Those were the days, I tell you. Before we started rolling before we started going live on StreamYard, you and I were discussing how we kind of, that station at that time, we kind of broke the hip hop rappers such as Black Rob and DMX and some of the greats that have gone on, even Big Pun. We had an opportunity to see them at ground level. And so big shout outs to the team over at Hot at that time, because we really were a groundbreaking station.
Sure was. Flynn Broadcasting. Yeah. Right there on Mount Moriah.
I'm at a new one now, girl. You know that, right?
Huh?
I'm at a new radio station now.
I know that's what I was about to get to, because you, Tina, girl, you are an opportunist. You're one of those blessed individuals. I have to say that, opportunities just kind of comes straight to your hand. And, and I love seeing that about you. So I knew that, I know that you're not at Hot 107 anymore. So from Hot 107, where did you go? I know there's so many different opportunities that you kind of linked and went here.
Lord have mercy. Is that a real question? Oh, Lord. Let me try to remember this. And I'm sure every time I share this story, I miss some dates, or I have some dates off. However, I can say this: I know after Hot, I know I worked at WLOK with Joan Golden and Leon Gray. There were like 3 generations of us, and we had a really good time discussing our various viewpoints or opinions on a specific topic. So I worked there.
Let me ask you something real quick. Is Joan still with us? Joan Golden. Yeah. Oh, I loved her.
Me too. Yeah. She really embraced me. And I loved it, because at that time, I'm in my late 20s or something like that. Yeah. And so for them to embrace me, she was in her 60s. I think Leon may have been in his 40s, and then me in my 20s. And they really embraced me, and I felt loved. I really did. Yes. And so from there, I think it was World Overcomers radio station, Love 1380. Wow. And from there, I had a very brief stint a week stint at Hallelujah with Michael Adrian Davis. Oh. At that time, he didn't have a host. He didn't have a female co-host. And I sat in with him. And obviously I was not one that was selected. But, again, God got his own way. God has his own plans. Yes. But after that, I went to 88.5 Shelby County Schools radio station, which at that time was Memphis City Schools radio station. Then, shucks, I think that was about it after that, Millie, for radio. Everything. Yep, I think so. Until now. And so now I am at WAVN, The Trend. We are trending music, culture, and conversations. We are at 104.1 FM and 1240 AM. You can catch us, and you can catch me specifically Monday through Thursday from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. And there we are. Yay, we are trendsetters. So we got Ricky Smiley in the morning to Lisa Franklin talk show, 10 until 11. Jason Clark, middays, 11 until 3. Carlos Hale, 3 to 7. And then me, 8 to 10. Then you got Pastor D, that's next to Larry Dodson. You got Pastor D. He brings us that gospel rap. He calls it trap gospel. I said, okay, now, all right. Then Larry Dotson, he comes on in on Saturdays and gives us some old school R&B and a little taste of gospel. So we are truly trendsetters, and I love the station. And again, like you said, totally grateful for the
Yes.
opportunity to be a part of it.
Yes, that is beautiful. I was also looking at something here. You know, we were just talking about Hot 107. Do you remember this picture here? We made the city buses. I love those. There you are, Tina. You're in the middle there between, is that Doc and
That's
Devin
Doc and
Smith?
Devin.
Yeah, and I'm the one at the end holding the Hot
Holding the
107
sign by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Yes, I
great
remember
things.
that. We were so happy. We were so grateful. And we had a mound of Pepsi products every year, didn't we?
Yeah,
Drink up. Thirsty, drink up.
drink up. We did. Those are great times.
Uh-huh.
You had such a great. Now I know you're with the trend, but you also have the Open for Business. Tell us about that.
Well, Open for Business, it's one of those virtual video podcasts that I host. And Open for Business was birthed out of when COVID hit and a lot of businesses were closing. And I said, okay, I mean, the news is constantly telling us who's closed, but who's open? Like,
Yes.
we still need services somewhere. Somehow we still need things. So who's open? And I had a conversation with Comcast. We all kind of agreed upon the topic, and we like the concept. And so Open for Business was created, and it airs every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. on channel 17 on Comcast. And you can also, again, catch us on YouTube under the Podcast Center. And Millie Mills was this way. Millie Mills was
Yeah, I was
these cameras are reversed.
show.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, that was so much fun. And then you had the gentleman, the insurance agent, I believe, Wayne Williams.
Wayne Williams. Good friend as well. And you guys did so amazing. I was just so grateful. As a matter of fact, I believe it airs again tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
Yes, repeat. I'm telling you. So, but
Tina,
yeah, those shows are great. It gives business owners an opportunity to, again, inform the community that they are still open for business and that they could utilize them for their product or service.
Yes, and that's so important. Like you said, you just never know who's open and who's closed right about now. So it's really good to highlight, you know, the businesses, their hours, and let people know what's available out there. And so I heard you mention Comcast. So can you kind of tell us, what is your relationship with Comcast, Tina?
Well, Comcast, well, if I may, I'm gonna go back just a little bit and elaborate on the Podcast Center, which is what you just showed on that flyers a minute ago. So the Podcast Center, we have been around. We've been in Bartlett for 2 years and 2 years and 2 months now, as a matter of fact. That particular company was birthed out of when I was a host for the Trinity Broadcasting Network for 8 years. And during that 8 years, well, no, not during, but after those 8 years, there was nowhere for me to turn. Like, oh man, we don't have a station per se anymore. But I still obviously have television all in me. So I just kind of created my own way, or created my own format, and said, you know, let's get people to, let's record people that desire to be on television, and we'll put them on Comcast.
Yes.
So in that desire, one of the main desires, or should I say persons of interest, was myself. I'm like, let me get out of my home. Let me not film at the house, because, you know, I have a child, and we'll get into some family stuff later, I'm sure. But I have a child, and I'm like, let me get out of the house and advertise, not advertise, but film my shows from a different location than home, which I'm doing differently today, because today I am at home. My God. But nonetheless, it gave others an opportunity too, prior to COVID, to come in. We're like, the slogan even at that time was, pull them out of your house, like you bring it in the house. Bring it, pull them people. Don't bring those guests to your house. Bring them right here to our house at the podcast center. You don't have, we got everything that you need. And we still do have everything that they need. But so what we do is that we film these TV programs, and then we also obviously are licensed to air these programs on Comcast. So we'll take those same programs and allow the producers to select their day and time that they would like to air on TV. Now, keep in mind, Comcast, they have two channels. One is channel 17. It reaches the Memphis market. That channel has a 70,000 household reach. But they also have channel 31 that reaches the Memphis, Tennessee, and Mississippi markets. Those numbers reach 160,000 households. A little further reach. It's gonna cost them more, but they can have that reach if they desire. But it's very affordable. I mean, I'm talking like $95 and up to air on Comcast. So it's nothing. So long story short, at the podcast center, we record their shows, and then we turn around and we air them on Comcast and for Comcast, really.
Right.
They don't want too much. They don't have to do anything but show up. Just show up. Show up with your content. Show up with your talent. We'll take care of the rest.
Take care of the rest. Man, I may have to talk to you about that offset.
I love it. I mean, I really do love what I do. I really, really do. And people have asked, how's it so affordable? How you, even Wayne, the one who's on the interview with you for Open for Business, he said, how do you make money? Like, how do you make a living? I said, Wayne, trust me, we're doing well, because you keep the price low, you can get more.
Attract more customers.
Yeah, correct. And so I'm just like, nobody's trying to hit anyone upside the head. As a matter of fact, prior to accumulating or building my business, I was still working a full-time job so that I wouldn't have to raise the prices this high to maintain, my level of living. It just wasn't worth it. I'm like, nah, I can work. I'll go in and work and keep your costs low. I'll go in and work. My husband works too, of course, but I'm just saying, I'm like, I'll go in and work. But now, oh my God, we're grateful, and that hard work right there, out of those 2 years, it has paid off.
It's paid off. And you mentioned about your husband and your daughter and everything. So I know you're so busy all the time, Tina. So how do you manage to hold it together with the beautiful family that you have? Tell us about the family life.
Oh, how do I hold it together? I take this wig off at night and I just go to bed. And I think, hark, here comes somebody now. Oh my goodness. See what? I don't even know why her daddy let her. Nope. Mommy's on camera. Mommy's on TV now. I'll talk to you soon, okay? All right. See, why? See. But anyway, to answer your question, I have been married to, I call him my Christian rock star. His name is Sam Pope, and we've been married for 14 years. It'll be 15 years in November. And out of those 15 years, 7 years ago, we found that little thing. Okay, we didn't find her, but we created. We created that little thing together. So
you bring her on so we can see how. No.
I already slipped her away, so no, mommy's gonna work. Okay. No. Plus, she's in princess mode. Which side is that? This side. She's in princess mode, so she has her on her full Frozen outfit. She's on her. But I really do love it. It does have its challenges, because again, with the load of running a business and being female owned and things of that nature, I would say my marriage is pretty solid. It's everything else that goes with it, like the household chores and the things that goes with the house, the child. And then when COVID came, and then you have to virtual teach your child. Yeah, and that was like, oh Lord. So if there's anyone watching that has a summer camp, beginning May 22nd, because Bartlett schools, they get out May 21st. So their last day is next Friday. And most summer camps don't start until mid-June. And I said, now, where's what am I supposed to where am I supposed to take her? What am I supposed to do with her in a whole month's time with no school?
Business school, yeah. You got to make a schedule.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I love it.
It always comes together, doesn't it? It always comes together.
It does. It really does.
I used to go through that with my daughter. I'm like, okay, the whole summer, well, how are we going to do this? And then it would just, every year, it just somehow came together. God is good.
And now she's all grown. I promise you guys, the last that I always tell Millie this, the last that I remember of her daughter, Ramil, she's an adult now, but she was about 6 or 7 years old, like my daughter is.
Yeah.
And to see this child married, an adult and married, I was just like, oh my gosh, where did the time go? And who got older, me or her?
I think we all got older, Tina.
I know. I know. I'm trying to put it on Ramil like it's all her fault. Ramil, you got older.
It's amazing how sometimes it seem like we kind of get frozen in time. Not literally, but I know I do right here sometimes.
Right here, correct. I mean, I see y'all's apartment and everything where I used to go to, because we were working at Hot, like you said. So we were colleagues and just hang out. We would hang out, and I remember visiting you and her at the apartment and just hanging out. And now she's grown and married.
Yeah, we lived in Midtown. We lived in a town. It was like a 2-story townhouse. And when my mom passed, you came to see me when I was in mourning. Yeah. And I'm forever grateful.
No problem.
I don't know if you remember that or not, but you did.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But I mean, that's what friends are for. Well, I mean, really, really. So I keep trying to ask her, you guys, when she's coming back to Memphis. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you? You're in Texas, right?
Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Texas. Okay, well, I guess I'll let you alone, because Texas is a pretty good place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I love it here. You have to come see us sometimes.
Baby, we got a field trip.
Yeah, you guys come and see us, and maybe we should plan to do an event together.
That would be nice. Yeah.
We'll do some brainstorming on that.
Let's do that, Millie.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm serious too, because I like that idea. Yeah, I do.
And Austin is another one of those music cities as well. So it's always shows and stuff now, especially since the governor, he opened Texas back up in March. The music scene is starting to explode again, and all kind of opportunities to do things here. And so we'd be glad to have
my husband. He's a musician. He is a musician. I'll get it out. And they have started to pick up gigs where it's traveling. But he's home often. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted, viewers. But I'm just saying, I'm just confirming with what you're saying, is that the music industry has opened back up, and I'm truly grateful for that, because I do have and host another show called Tina Tilton's Top 10, and that is where it's just me, and I do play clips of music videos that are personal for me. It's almost kind of like a sneak peek into my personal life, but through videos or through music. So it's kind of fun. And the blend. Forgot about the blend.
Forget about the blend.
See, you got about the blend.
You got a lot of branches.
I do have a lot of branches. And the blend airs tonight at 9:30 p.m. on Channel 17. So check it out. Tonight I have Miscellaneous on as a guest. You remember him? Remember we used to play Miscellaneous? Often?
I managed him briefly in the early part of his career. Yeah.
He
I
is
do.
such a, and I told him, I said, you haven't changed a bit. He has always had this swag. And I told him, I said,
Yeah.
before swag was even a popular word, you
Yeah.
have always been this calm, cool, and collected guy, always dressed nicely, but still had that street edge. And I said, women like that.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, women like that. Yeah, so he's all grown up. I remember when I
Yeah.
met him, he was like 19.
Oh
And
gosh.
yeah, he called the radio station when I was working at Hot 107. He was like, I'm looking for a manager. You think you can help me out? And I did it for maybe 6 months until he could
Yeah.
get on with somebody else. And then
Yeah.
it just took off from there.
Yeah. Well, he recently came from a concert with Young Dro. That's what he told me. He was with Young Dro. You know who that is? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
I know.
about?
You know who played?
Totally,
Yeah,
sure.
Joe, yeah.
Totally. Yeah. And but unfortunately, he while traveling, he did catch COVID.
Really?
He made mention of it. So again, check it out tonight, channel 17, 9:30 p.m. But God healed him,
Thank
and he
God.
was able to, be on the podcast with me. We had a discussion about it, and we definitely want to make sure everyone is still safe. Like even recently, for me and my family, we were just recently affected as of yesterday. I had a cousin to succumb to that, so not
I'm so
fun. It's not fun.
yeah. You have my condolences. I'm very sorry for your loss. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Very
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah.
Yeah. About this time yesterday is when I found out. That this conversation kind of took a turn, but okay. But I'm back. I'm okay. Because if I
Yes.
start to cry, these lashes are going to burn.
Oh my God.
You know?
Well,
I don't have
we'll
time for that.
switch. We'll go back to about you
Some
now.
happier days, huh? Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes. So, what is next? I mean, you got all these different branches. You got the blend. You got all these connections that make up the whole Tina Tilton production.
Yeah.
So, what else can we expect from you
I
coming
have
up?
actually had my eye, Millie, for the past year and a half. I have had my eye on this television station. I did own and run a television station from 2014 to 2018. It was a local station, channel 46.1. It was a Flynn Broadcasting. He owned the station, but I owned I leased the station from him for 4 years. And I'd like to get back into that, having access to 24 hours of television programming. Almost, I shared with my husband. I said, almost like a FUBU, a for us by us type
Yes,
of television station. There's been so much going on in society, and I just want us to have a voice.
a voice.
Yeah,
That is a
yeah,
great idea.
yeah.
And I know you can pull it off, Tina. If anybody can do it, I know you can pull it off.
Oh boy, it's been a year and a half. If I would have by now, if I could have, I would have. There's still time. I'm not saying there it isn't,
Right.
but I'm gonna need 1.7 million to do this, guys. So, any investors out there, by all
Okay.
means, contact me or Millie. It doesn't matter. But I think it is the season for us to have a
Mhm.
voice that's heard, and for something that's us based locally.
Mhm.
I think it's a no brainer.
Yes, yes. Well, guys, we had so much fun. Tina, I can't
Yeah,
believe time has come upon us.
I know, I know,
Yeah.
I know.
We've been talking to Miss Tina Tilton of Tina Tilton Productions. She is a broadcast entertainment business mogul, and she's right there in the Mid South, and she's always helping artists and just not necessarily just artists, but people in the industry. She just brings them all together and help them get exposed. So, Tina, how can we find you on social media? Let the viewers know.
Sure, either under my name, Tina Tilton, or the Podcast Center.
Mhm.
Our number is 901-468-3097, or you can simply email the podcast center at gmail.com.
Okay, you said 901
Mm-hmm. 468
468
3097.
3097.
Right.
See if I can add that real quick.
Right.
Mm.
That's cool. Yeah, that is the Podcast Center's phone number. Or like I
Yes.
said, a podcast center at gmail.com. Very simple. Very simple.
That's so awesome, Tina. Any
Thank
last
you,
words
Millie.
before we go?
Yes. Pray.
Mhm.
A family that prays together stays together. And tonight is Wednesday. My husband and I, we get our daughter together. Typically on Wednesday nights, we will gather around the television. We select gospel songs that we want to sing to our God, and then we pray, and then we pray. And so my baby has learned how to pray for herself, for others. Yeah,
That's so
it's, it's
good.
good.
That's so good.
Yeah,
That's so important.
it is.
Prayer is
It is.
everything.
It
Prayer
is.
is everything.
Yeah.
Tina, we thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Millie.
stopping by, sharing your beauty, wisdom, and poise with us. We
Thank
thank you so
you.
much. We thank
Thank you for the
everybody who did.
meal.
You're very welcome, dear. More meals to come. We'll catch you next time right here on Bring It in the House. We'll be talking with a sensational, talented beauty named Danielle Reed. And she's performed in Japan, Texas, all around the world. We don't want you to miss it on the next Bring It in the House. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Tina.
Thanks.